My guest for this episode is Miss Janie Tan. She recently gained a lot of fame through her many TikTok videos on relatable content, mostly on family life, motherhood, domestic life. We strike up a free flow conversation on many relevant issues. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you. Good afternoon, Janie
Good
and
afternoon.
Brielle.
Say good afternoon.
Yeah, it's a wonderful Sunday afternoon. Timing, no? Bago rata nagkita dire last week for Mikey's wedding. Same venue. I think quite a sentimental place. Anyway, how have you been so far? And kumusta man?
Okay lang. Busy with TikTok.
Yeah. I was curious, how did that journey begin? Kana imong TikTok? Like recently, raman na ano niya.
Yeah.
So far, you've been acquiring a lot of views, a lot of likes.
On akong sister-in-law nag-introduce of TikTok. Si Athena.
Athena.
And then it started out as a joke lang. Like, and then na-viral man akong videos.
Kanos adjud nag-viral when you, like, what was the content that really
More on
captured?
like husbands be like binuang real binuang.
So,
Yeah,
ang theme kay more on
reality
everyday life,
Yeah. Sige, go it na.
family life. Oh. Sige, maybe later we can call Bri again. So yeah, going back sa TikTok, how did that go and unfold?
Katara, binuang at first. And
Binuang.
then nagdaghan ng followers. And then karon kay more on work na siya. Kay daghan naman sa brands na mag
So, from the start, ikaw rin direct sa content, everything. So that's like innate lang ang imong creativity.
It's like something kay a person, like in reality, shy type man jud ko.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
makarelate ko nimo diha.
Yeah, and so in TikTok, like no one knows me ba. So I could be myself there.
Okay. I imagine daghan na surprised siguro given na shy ka. Like I think I've known you since we were kids also, and like I see you a lot in the house for the past 4 to 5 years, but I think we hardly have interactions. So
Yeah, the awkward tips.
yeah, awkward man sad ko in a way socially. So
So like walay kailan ako, I can be behind the cam.
So how's that working out for you? Like, does it fulfill you? Does it
Usahay kay lingaw siya, but sometimes sad kay ma-stress na making contents and kung gamay reviews ba.
So you really think about the content, and
especially if sponsored ang post.
And lately I saw you're already murag handing out giveaways, no? Are you targeting a certain number of followers or likes? And what keeps you going?
Not really my number of followers, but I think like consistency. Increasing hopefully, or dili sayang sa effort.
Okay.
And as you grow manggod, mas daghan pa brands mo kuha ba? And mas, I guess, bigger pay.
So naka-monetize na ka with TikTok.
So far.
So how does it work? Like certain companies or brands approach you?
Yeah, and they ask you for your rates.
Yeah.
So of course, if mas daghan kag followers, mas dako sa imong mga rate.
So mao na imong murag main source of income in a way.
In a way. It's not much, but at least may pangbayad diaper or like milk.
I noticed na kay murag theme, no? It's mostly about family or domestic life and husband kanang wife relations. Are you thinking of delving into other possible content?
I think not really, because
kana lang sa ang main focus.
Maura man akong everyday life.
Okay.
Motherhood and wifehood.
Pero going to motherhood and family life, unsa may mga challenges? Now you've been married for 4 years. I think naka-attend man ko sa after party nimo. I mean nag-abot
Yeah.
ta sa katong after party sa imong kasal. So, musta man ang married life, family life?
Pag on, the first year, lisod jud. Away almost every day.
Away? What
I
sort
think
of things?
24/7 kuyog.
Oh.
Like, ma-annoyed na ka sa ginagmay na kalihukan.
Were there like realizations after you tied the knot na ani man di ay, as
Murag
opposed to
wala
what
kaayo.
you foresaw na, was there like a difference kanang expectation versus reality?
Not really, because 7 years man sad gud mi together before marriage.
So,
Murag kabaw na gid ko sa iyang kinaiya.
kinaiya.
Pero mas mo magnify lang kay 24/7 naman kuyog.
Okay.
So like the snoring and the loud breathing. Na, masakot
Kanang
ko.
mga ginagmay na
Yeah.
quirks. No? So now, you've been married for 4+ years, no? And you have 2 kids, diba? And per me man ma-feature sa imong TikTok videos, imong kids, diba? Si Brielle
Yeah.
and Bram. How would you differentiate ilang mga personalities, and what are the challenges of raising
Personality.
kids?
Si Brie more on social jud siya na bata.
Social.
And more on friendly. Very opposite to me.
Yeah, kabantay ko. Yeah, recently na-expose man to siya no, sa katong GMA na
Yeah.
features siya. How did that happen? Yeah? Like na national news man siya to. Kalit-kalit.
Random moment raman to.
Random.
Kaya like, naminya si Mikey and then
Yeah,
Prince man daw niya. Prince.
Prince. So na siya attachment to Mikey. So nasuya
Yeah.
siya ni.
I think not
Auntie
really the
Richie.
attachment. More on, she thought siguro ba di na sila ka sayaw together or like in a princess dance.
So nakahilak jud siya
Kahilak
aton.
siya.
And I understand na daghang challenges karon since, di ba, we've been living in a weird paradigm with COVID and recently Odette. So daghang challenges. Unsa may usual challenges karon being a mother, a new family,
Challenges siguro ang pag-school.
school?
Kay ang online class ni Brie,
Yeah.
she's very moody man. Sometimes di ganahan mo join.
Pero balik na ba ang face-to-face, di ba? It was
Sa next
announced.
school year daw, I hope.
Next school year. So you think it's not good na online per me? No?
Yeah.
Okay. Wala may
By
kanang
friends.
actual socialization.
And then si Bram sad kay pandemic baby. And then he's more of a crier.
Crier.
And more di mo duol og lain tao. So I think, mao na.
Napa kay plan to have more kids in the future?
Ganahan ko.
How
more.
many kids would you like to have?
Not sure.
Not
Lord
sure.
willing.
Depende.
Kay we plan man sad to move out na ba sa
Okay.
with my parents and nag-renovate. Hopefully.
How's that been, kanang living in one big house? Kaya I know when I got married to your sister, Mark, I didn't wanna be in a big house with many people.
Usahay, naasay mga kuan, challenges,
Issues, challenges.
issues.
Hey, you wanna come sit here? Say, wave to the camera.
Kaya di man
Okay.
doon ta kabuot.
Ha?
Kaya di man atong
Adik
balay.
ka buot, no?
Diba?
So, nadjud na yung mga ego issues usay within different personalities.
Yeah. Pero okay naman so far. Nothing really serious.
Okay. So, karon ni sikat na kas TikTok, daghan na kag followers. You've received some bashing na ba?
Daghan sad.
Daghan. Like, unsa
About
man ang
my-
usual isaway aning mga tig-comment, mga random people?
Usually like if dili same nila og parenting style. Like especially kanang baby led weaning. Some people mahadlok man na choke daw ang kid. So they will like, comment something.
Usay, ma-shock sila sa videos. Like,
O,
ato
parang-
bang gaswing si, was that Brie or
Yeah.
Bram? Yeah.
And then Makuan daw ang brain or something. Huwag ka na asad ka nang di mag-mask going to the mall. I think that's like number one comment sa mga tao. Like why i-expose daw ang kids sa COVID sa mall.
Nadyo yung mga ingana,
Mag-mask.
mga easily triggered.
Yeah.
So how do you handle the bashing?
Usahay to bagon sad na ko
Bagon ra.
Pero
Birahan.
ban lang ko usahay. Like I got banned I think thrice na sa TikTok.
So how long do you get banned?
You have to appeal jud or kung ang usahay kay di na mag-get back ang account. Like na ako yung mga kaila. I think i-report good ka yung mga
Wa ka na kuyawan, maputol imong account.
Kuyawan.
You have to start again
Kuyawan
from
sad.
scratch, diba?
Yeah. That's why I'm
Does that
lately,
mean you have to start from scratch if you get cut off?
kay lately di na I just delete na lang the comment, the bashing. Di na ako ganun samok.
So, kusog ka sa TikTok, are you planning to go to YouTube or Facebook? I noticed, marag na naman sa ka sa Facebook o sa
yeah.
YouTube.
Pero sa YouTube, di pa siguro. Kaya you need a certain amount of views man to monetize.
Okay.
Pero more, di pa kaya.
Di pa. And I noticed lately you've been doing mini vlogs, kanang longer segments or longer videos. No? And somehow, marag informative sad kay marag you review a restaurant or something or marag mo comment ka sa food or sa service sa isa ka lugar. Like kanang moadto tag resort somewhere.
Pero lisod man sad ang mini vlogs kay it takes time yun and your effort.
So you
every
do
day.
all the editing yourself?
Yeah. Ang pinakalisod kay voice over siguro kay Tagalog. Di pa kay ko kabaw.
Pero may man imong Tagalog.
Yeah, but sige ko delete and edit na po. It takes time.
But I didn't realize you were like fluent sa Tagalog
More na fluent ako sa TikTok.
sa TikTok tungod sige practice.
Sige practice.
How
Yes.
many times do you like take pila na ka takes ang imong
30
voiceover?
minutes siguro for isa ka vlog. And that's just for like a minute video. Pero murag ambot. Sometimes ganahan naman ko mo-break sa TikTok. Kay it takes time ba from my kids. Pero meron ako sa phone and
Para solitude gamay or
fasting.
fasting. Digital fasting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe soon. I don't know.
Other than TikTok, what keeps you busy? How are things with Miles? And I understand he's busy with home automation.
Lately, murag mas kuan routinized na among life.
Routine.
So like we could go a day without talking. Okay, Rasad.
Would you say ang TikTok is like a way for you to express or it's like an outlet for you?
Yeah.
Because I think I relate to you in a way. Kay I think I see similarities in us na introvert ta. And in a way, like this podcasting I'm doing is like an outlet for me. So is that like your way of also expressing yourself? Kay shy ka or
It is.
awkward around people?
Yeah, it is. Kay sa una wala pa may kaila na ako'y TikTok. And then Miles started sharing it on Facebook. So like wala na lang ko ipaki.
What was the video that really made you viral? Naman jud na yung
Yeah,
turn
the one
around.
video katong I was complaining about my husband na dugay kay sa CR. Yeah, mao jud to ang ni viral. And daghan man sad makarelate.
Yeah.
Kay
I think it's the relatable
yeah.
type of videos.
Kaya nga na dugay gid sa CR.
Mga
Ano man dugay.
so nga no,
Ikaw,
dugay
dugay
man
ka?
sa CR.
Oh.
Ako di raman, I think mas dugay pa imong atsi.
You're
Yeah.
planning naman to have kids.
Yeah, I hope so. But
So,
yeah, mo na mga
naka-expectations,
pointers nimo. Like how does that work? Like I thought it was before I perceived na it was easy to or make a child ba. Kay daghan big mga babae mabuntis ra.
Ito.
Pero lisod man day ang timing, no? And lately raman ko ni kuwag kanang ovulation kits. So maybe you can give pointers to people who are trying to have a baby.
Download an app. Fertility friend app.
Ah,
Si Miko na amin sa. I don't.
so, you do the deed when it's darkest,
Yeah.
I understand, sa ovulation cycle.
Mm.
Because, di ba, you're only fertile for
3 days. I
3
think.
days. Or kanang kina-high probability. And the
Lisod,
rest
ay,
kay...
lisod.
Ha?
Lisod jud.
Lisod yun.
Sa kang the first time, the Brielle.
So, with Bram, you told me na one
Once
time
ra.
ra to. With Brielle, how many attempts?
I think
was
6 months.
it? 6 months.
Like 6 months of trying jud.
Ah,
Hopefully mo work kay si Miko nag-ano man.
okay. Did you take any supplements or enhancers?
Wala.
So now you have a boy and a girl. Any more boys or more
I
kids?
think more girls.
More
Mas
girls.
kuan.
Masayon ang girls. Race.
Mas high maintenance mga girls, the race. But
Ah.
usually they say when they're older, mas stay with the parents. I mean, mas mo care ang girls sa
Yeah,
parents.
mas mao man ng perception, di ba?
Yeah.
Mas mo take care sila sa parent. When the parents get older.
Pero I'm not expecting man sad for them to take care of me.
Mm.
You know, some parents expect, di ba?
Yeah, najud na yung mga unspoken expectations, and it turns out very different from what they envisioned.
Yeah. My husband, he expects their kids man to care for him when he's old.
Ah,
Pero
okay.
ako, di ako ma-expect. Sila.
Okay. Maybe delving a bit into you and Miles kay, I sort of grasp in yung story, but maybe from your side, how did that relationship blossom? Like, you came from a Christian school, yeah, lahi sa siyang upbringing.
Murag similar kay best friends man among ama. Murag,
Ah,
more on traditional Chinese kanang
Mm,
upbringing ba?
yeah.
Like Christian traditional.
Mm. So
More
you
on
came
that.
from Christian backgrounds.
Yeah.
So when did you fall for each other? How did you like
Date kami.
date? Were you like friends first, then you develop, or
I
like
think,
the intent was clear from the start?
I'm not sure with Miles. Kay LDR man mi ato,
Oh, where was he?
Canada. So LDR me like almost 6 years siguro, or almost all the time na we were in a relationship. So at the start, ambot murag kuan ra to iya, try ra.
Try.
Kay naaman sad siya ka bag-o kabuwag ato.
You knew this other girl?
I don't know her personally.
Ah,
Pero common friends, your friends.
I
Yes,
think
someone.
maybe it's a small community.
Mga to, bag-o ra sila buwag. And
Ah, okay. Going back sa imong TikTok ko, how did you like envision na you'll do kanang imong voice-over narrations? Like naamay kanang theme and it's really consistent. So was that like envisioned from the start na nadyo kay narration?
Dili, kaya sa start, maawaw jud ko sa akong voice. Like, I don't wanna hear my voice ba.
Like you cringe?
Yeah,
when you hear it?
cringy. So I don't like people watching it with me there. Kaya cringed ko sa akong own voice.
So I imagine now you've gotten used to it.
Yeah, I guess. I just learned from the other moms sa TikTok what they do. Ano.
So I guess daghang moms kanang makarelate jud sa imong you go through mga
Yeah.
common challenges. Pero going back sa imong background, di ba? You come from a pharma like background, and you came from a conservative Christian school. How was that like growing up and here in Cebu, conservative school, Chinese family? And ever since I've known you, actually, kaila man ta katong, I think first grade pa ko, I would see you around. They call you Ginger. And does anyone call you Ginger pa ba?
My cousins
Oh.
and my aunts.
So you've always been quiet. So
Yeah. That's why ma-shock sila na ni-viral ko sa TikTok. Like my relatives,
ah,
like they didn't know ba na I was capable of such.
How do you make sure your kids don't get spoiled? Or like, how do you raise them?
Challenge pa na until
Challenge.
now. Discernment na lang yun.
Discern na.
Kaya I'm trying this gentle parenting method. Like, mo naman ay new thing.
Kaya di ba, if too gentle, di sad
Yeah,
maayo.
di sad
Kaya
maayo.
dako ang ulo.
Or more on kanang di lang sila sagitan. Kaya I was used to kuan man growing up, like akong dad moingon ayaw ana, like di sila mo explain, di ba? They just tell you to stop crying ana. So murag even though you're really sad ba. So I guess I grew up to be like manhid. Or hanimiko siguro.
Right.
Or walay empathy or
I think I see some similarities na yun.
mutago na lang sa feeling ba. So murag di sad maayo siguro.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to juggle gentle parenting with discipline gihapon.
Discipline.
If they are disobedient,
In terms of spiritual life, how's your
spiritual life.
walk with God? I understand you had a strong
Yeah.
conviction and fervor for
I think for now
God
kay
before.
wala pa jud on
Wa pa.
hold. But sometimes makahinumdum, like grasya raman sad na makahinumdum pa. And sometimes akong kids ra mo remind na ako na mo pray ta. Pray.
Pray. Kusog ba mo pray? Like, is it
Not
an
really.
every night thing?
I think not really na.
Not really.
But I don't know. Mao na ang dapat balikan siguro in my life.
What would you advise to mothers out there since murag influencer naman kakaroon? Like on how to raise a family or
Or na ko do what they're comfortable with lang jud. Kanya ayaw padala sa pressure sa uban tao.
pressure.
Like pressures from I guess their in-laws or their parents. Kay traditional parenting ba sa una. Diba nya karon lahi na.
Did you face a lot of pressure growing up?
Nasad.
Strict ba imong parents the way
Ang
you
dad.
perceive it?
It's really strict. Murag he's the type to kuan man good. Di siya ganahan mo show me og emotions. He doesn't like to see us crying.
But through the years, has that changed?
I'm not sure because di na kay me close. So,
So you would say di kay mo suod sa imong
Yeah.
dad?
yeah, pero grateful ko sa provisions, I guess. But the relational aspect, wala. Not there.
Oh yeah. Because I think from seeing your family, your dad has always been the provider, di ba? Like breadwinner.
Mas close sila ni Miko.
Oh,
Kaya mas mo, kuan man gud siya, mas motubag.
mas manhid ay ka.
Ako kay, tago na lang ko.
Tago lang.
Yeah. So in a way, I guess, the parenting said growing up. That's why I guess I'm like this.
Like this? Like what do you
Like,
mean?
di
Like
me
manhid
close
now?
akong
Or
dad.
how would you characterize the difference sa generation sa una of the kids today? But mas
They-
whiny naman sa ang generation karon.
Whiny.
Or mas spoiled or
Yeah, I
mas
guess.
entitled, di ba?
Entitled man sa lang sa una.
Sa una.
Very hard.
But somehow na perception ba na mas na ay proper values sa una kaysa karon na
Na ba?
wa na ipake mga tao mas
The Gen
feelings
Zs?
based.
Or, di man ta Gen Z. Gen Z ba ta?
Aw kanang millennial man ta na generation.
Yeah, we'll have to see na lang sa atong anak. Inigdak ko. Kaya ang mga Gen Z.
Gen,
Yeah, siya na.
baby boomer naman na. Gen,
Yeah, di ba? So sila man ang problem.
different generations. Lain-laing issues.
I like my kids to be able to come to me with any problem ba. Na they judge ana.
So, you
Unlike-
would say your kids, you're close to your kids, like makaduol ra jud sila.
Yeah. Karon, for
Or
now,
they don't
hopefully.
fear you.
My kids,
Or there's a healthy
there's-
respect.
there's a healthy respect, I guess, for me. More on, they don't fear my husband, siguro.
They don't fear?
Yeah, kaya mas spoil siya.
Ah, okay. So, ikaw ang
Mas
mas
Yeah, mas
disciplinary.
kuan ako na lang. Ayun.
We went through a typhoon recently, Odette. How was that experience for you? Like, bawa, to'y tubig,
Yeah.
way kuryente, so...
Lisod. Tempted jud ta to complain. Kay, na entitlement mentality sa, di ba? Ano, di ta unahon, o ayo, ano.
Yeah. So how
It's
long
a
did you
challenge.
suffer, or
What, a month?
a month to, no?
Pero okay naman jud ko. It's more on my kids. Kaya like at night, di kayo sila kagtog. Kaya walay fan, or daghan lamok.
Lamok.
Pero if ako, okay ra.
Okay.
More on them. Kaya makamata man sad ko if di sila katog.
What about sa mga in-laws? Is that less hard to deal with a different family, with a different like culture, different mindset? Naman
Yeah,
yun na
different
disconnect,
jud.
diba? So it's hard to
The
find
first
that.
year of marriage, it was hard. Kaya they're more on no boundaries family. So like, mga to ang akong like every problem na mo ni Miles, i-share. And then the whole family gets into it na, ang adjustment.
What about kining vaccination? I know you're not vaxxed pa, no? And I think ako, nadyo ko'y apprehension with vaccinating kids. So, are you against vaccinating children also?
I'm against vaccinating kids if bago pa dyan na vaccine and di pa proven.
No.
And daghan naman sa studies sa side effects. And it's not necessary ba kay dili man kaayo grabe ang COVID sa kids. So,
Why? Di kay sila maigo.
Yeah.
So, why is there?
Why take the risk of something unknown?
But your kids have been vaccinated.
Yeah, they have.
Sa kanang usual, mga flu, etc.
Yeah. MMR. Nagmahay ko sa MMR kay nagkasakit man ako kasi Bram. He had measles after that. And then now he has like gut problems na. I'm not sure if it's because of that vaccine. Pero, I don't know.
As long as they lang i-mandate, no?
Yeah.
Like, it's fine if people wanna get
They
the
can-
job,
yeah.
but just don't force it or
Ito. I
mandate.
agree sa more discrimination naman sa.
Yeah, it's getting crazy bitaw. Like, di kasod sa mall, mga anak ko. Karon marag na lighten naman noon ang measures. Sa pa yung mga hopes nimo in like 5 years down the road, 10 years, aside from maybe building up your family, setting up your own home somewhere?
My hopes. I don't really think about the future. Parang just a day at a time lang good ko.
Just live in the moment.
Yeah. Try to keep the kids alive one day at a time.
Si Bram is like more of the shy kid, no? Or mas
More on very attached to me.
attached. So, mura siya, di man kay siya kiat, no? Like, compared to, let's say, someone like Josh.
Mild siya.
Mild na child.
There are perks and there are also cons. Kay, sige siya attached na ko. Di siya makaplay with other kids kaayo. That's why ganahan unta ko open ang school.
So, what type of school do they attend?
Si Bree nag-Kumon for now.
Kumon.
Na it's so hard for us to kay saputon mi duha if wa siya sa mood.
Do you see any inclination sa inyong kids? Like what they wanna be, or it's too early to tell? Or
I think Bree is more of, I don't know, she wants to be a princess though when she grows up.
princess? Okay.
I don't know, not yet.
Wa pa?
Yeah,
Hard to say.
Hard to say.
Sa pa'y lain lingaw nimo karon, do you read a lot? Watch shows? Netflix?
Usually, yeah.
What shows are
Netflix.
sa
Wala
may
na sad
mga
kaayo.
top shows in your mind now?
I'm watching Euphoria now.
Oh,
Sa HBO.
bastos mo na
Yeah.
show. Daghan mo na. It's about, I think,
High
kanang mga
college life.
coming of age in a way, millennial life, relationship complexities.
But it's more on, I think, liberal lifestyle.
Yeah.
Not
seeking pleasure,
Yeah.
hedonism, and all that.
Okay lang. Not much good shows nowadays.
Okay.
Mura,
So,
TikTok ra gyud og kids.
K-drama din. Wala.
Wala. Kapuyan ko basa subtitles.
Yeah. Last week, your brother got married. How was that? Like,
Okay.
actually, your whole family has tied the knot, is tying the knot na. Okay,
Mm.
other sister also
Mhm.
this May, di ba?
Mm.
So it's like everyone's moving on with their
Yeah, I
lives.
guess. Starting a family. Pero okay man sad. Madako ang family. I always like big families. Manjud. Alegre.
Kay Lingaw, different.
Kamo duharangan mo, di ba?
Yeah.
And then karon kay Manila pag yun.
Yeah. May pros and cons, I think. Kaya ako, di kay ko ganag big families. Kay usually, najud na yung squabble. Yeah, ilugay sa share, mga anak, kuyawan pa.
Material squabbles.
Yeah, usually. Ego issues. That's how I perceive it.
Pero kami, wala man kami ilugan. Wala may anything. I mean,
So naamang gyapon na usahay, pero I don't know. It depends naman naman. It's subjective or it depends. Kaya usahay na adjud na yung clashes sa mga pamilya. Lisod kayo. I-overcome ba?
depende, di ba?
Yeah.
I guess that's why how we raise our kids.
Yeah, that's why if we don't raise kids well, I think they grow up to be maybe pieces of shit or let's hope we don't raise like shitty people.
Yeah, oo na. That's, I think, maura jud akong kuan in life now. Raising up my kids.
Raising up kids. But I've always noticed na you have a certain sentimentality towards kids. Kay murag pinangga kay nimo like si Josh katong wa pa kay kids. And I know murag middle child sa ka and somehow you felt there was a complexity there when you were younger or
I guess it's like I treat them how I wanted to be treated.
yeah, like you wanna value them and di nimo
I want to
baliwala.
understand them ba.
Yeah.
Kaya mas kasabot man ko, I think. Kaya
Why?
growing up, like I always wanted to be loved sa siguro. I don't know.
Were you loved?
Understood.
But I think you were loved, diba? When growing up.
I'm not sure.
Not sure. Or you
By my
didn't
mom
feel loved?
siguro. I feel loved by my mom.
Ah.
But by my dad, maybe in the provisions area. But the
Maybe
relationship,
how he expressed it.
yeah. It's more of a kuan manggod sa Chinese community, like di ka dapat mo tubag or you're not allowed to have your own opinion. So, mao na ang akong ganahan i-change as a mom.
Okay.
Value my kids' opinions.
Yeah. I think that's something most parents overlook. Kay usually, diba, they just let the yaya raise the
Yeah.
kids, get it over with, and they don't know that they're making monsters or like ibaliwala ra ang concern sa bata. And somehow through the years, I think that piles up
Yeah.
and murag, that gets reinforced. And as they get older, murag ma-ingrained na ba sa ilang personality or sa ilang outlook in life that and it sets like dysfunctionalities and
Yeah.
bad
Daghan
habits. Mao na like may uban like let's say di na mobayad og utang kay naanad sila get their way. So they don't get held accountable. So I think if you keep spoiling your kid, di sila ma-held accountable or something and they grow up in an altered way.
Yeah.
No?
Or nasa daghan mga na-depressed, di ba, karon kay they keep their emotions ba to themselves.
Yeah, I think na yung mga di ka-express so saan maghikog ra.
Palahubog or drugs. Siguro.
Drugs or
Sa alcohol.
or they have these outlets or
Yeah.
vices that lead to a downward spiral in terms of character growth.
Yeah. Pero mauna, Lord willing, what I want to avoid.
So I see na murag hands-on jud ka na mom, no?
Yeah.
Because I notice in Chinese families, murag ang mindset bitaw na murag i-lockdown ang pagkamama kay stay at home ra ka or housewife ra ka. Murag i-lockdown in a way na you should be out kayod making money. But many might not be aware that that's a harder job.
Yeah. Kay murag emotionally draining sad.
Yeah, because to really spend time with someone, empathize a child, raise a child with all these tantrums
Yeah.
has its challenges.
Oh, sad. This sad. Sometimes I lose my temper sad with them.
Really? You lose your temper? Di ko
Yeah.
ka-imagine pa kayo ni masok.
Pero di siya ko masyagit.
Unsa day ka
More
masok?
I just walk away. I lock myself in the CR for a time. If di
Okay.
na dyan na ako kaya.
Kaya sa akong pag-ilan ni mo, mura kag the type mo keyboard warrior siguro. Kaya
Yeah.
murag mas implosive in anger. I don't know.
You should ask Miles.
Yeah, maybe if I talk
But
to him
yeah, I lock myself in the CR na lang. Kung di na rin ako kaya.
Pero for one, you also strike me as someone very simple. Like, I don't see you with branded clothing or chase after all these branded bags or whatnot.
Maglahi akong hilig.
Unsa
More
rin?
on like toys siguro. For the
Toys.
kids.
Like, what
Because
sort?
ever since I was a kid, I wanted nice toys.
Like,
so
what
karon-
sort of toys?
I need kitchen toys, slide. Like,
Sa kanang mga Barbie?
yeah, mga dollhouse. A big dollhouse or a nice kitchen.
Di ba nag-set up mo ka na playroom sa balay?
Yeah.
Tree house ba? Wala na ba?
Wala naman to.
Wala na.
So, mauna akong hilig.
What about diet? How do you keep your children healthy and nourished?
For now, wala kaayo me. We're trying to limit them with sweets.
Sweets. Ano kay ma-hyper sa sugar.
No, because they're eating a lot now of sweets. Pero I don't want to be like hypocritical and said good because me and my husband eat lots of sweets. So I guess,
Like kids, Brielle's ages, kuan naman now na 3.
yeah.
Di ba, so good ang nagstorya. Do they know, they can sense naman, di ba, right and wrong. So,
Yeah, I hope.
nanay times like they lie to you and they deceive you to get
Nanay
or
times.
manipulate you to
Yeah.
get what they want.
Yeah. But I think Brielle kay mas kuan man guni siya, like dali ra siya malminaw ba? Na first type.
Mas obedient.
Yeah. Let me tell her once.
Mm.
With Josh before kay lisod to.
Lisod.
Ay, grabe to siya kakuan.
Sa hyper o kuan.
Hyper and yeah.
All over the place. So, what do they eat usually? Just normal, regular?
Malunggay rice. Bram eats anything man kay nag
Bisa gulay, kay
DLW
diba,
man.
kids look for fries, mga chicken joy, mga
Si Bram kay nag DLW man ko, baby led winning. So mas he eats anything.
anything.
Si Brielle kay spoon fed. So hungitan pa until now.
When did they start walking? Like at what?
I don't remember.
One,
1 year.
around 1 year. What's it like being a middle child? Naabay ka
Kato, parang mas feel unloved.
na unloved.
Maybe feeling rato na ako, pero I felt mas favored nila ang, I guess, eldest, youngest, and the boy. So I guess I'm the second
Yeah,
girl.
you're caught in an awkward position.
Pero okay naman. I survived childhood. What do you expect man in fatherhood?
Fatherhood? I
Kasi
wouldn't
hapit
know.
mo.
I don't even know if I'll have my own.
Kaya
I don't
ganahan
know.
naman ka rin,
Side
di ba?
blessings din ako.
But you're trying naman, di ba?
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Take it one day at a time. I don't know. Unsay planos, you know. Yeah, feel free to ask me anything. Unsa.
Kumusta naman, Miko? How is the first year of marriage?
Wa pa man kaabot first year, but yeah, it has its ups and downs. Of course, like with any relationship.
Josh?
But of course, ang difficulties, diha man ka mag-grow in terms of character. Diha man ka i-mold sa kanang kung lisod. Di raman always na smooth. Okay, it's smooth said, why challenge? Di ka ka-level up.
Hear me ba yung sumbong si Josh? Bad word daw.
Yeah. Sometimes that's what you have to deal with if you can't control. If support on
What's it like man being an like father to Josh? Ay, ikaw naman Jed ang di ba?
Yeah, unprecedented. I've never like set up in a family before. So listen, I mean, but okay raman. So far smooth. I mean, not too smooth, but bro, I welcome the challenges. It's a fun and new experience.
So you're just nag-discipline na sad ka niya. Ano? Discipline.
Actually, ginagmay. Naaman. But I think lahi pa lang. I'm still
Getting used to.
getting used to it. But it's a bit hard. But naaraman. Pati lang jud ko kanang the typical, you know, I don't baby kids. I just speak directly. But somehow, naraman sa my relationship. Like, I talk to him realistically, but I don't like palami istorya like some other parents or dads or father figures. Okay, you can address the audience. Maybe tips na lang for families and moms. Especially karon.
Akong tip ra kay take it one day at a time and ayaw lang pa-pressure sa lain tao about your parenting because lahi-lahi man jud ta. Lahi-lahi atong upbringing and lahi-lahi atong goal in how we want to develop our kids. So, mao na akong advice.
Sige, thank you for doing this. I know new experience ni mo and
Yeah.
pero yeah, I'm happy to have you and thank you.
Thank you.
So thank you to everyone for watching this. Check this. Watch the full episode. Thank you. Ayo, keep safe.